So I want to show you guys how to wire the fuel cell sender unit to your 12.3 Pro Dash. I've already tested it, make sure it works. It does work. I tested it with a multimeter and I confirmed the ohms with the ohms that I had on the parameters, and everything works. And of course with the amount of fuel that the fuel cell has inside, it makes sense. So I'm going to show you guys pretty much how to do that and how to wire it, because I thought it was wired a very specific way, which is pretty much you ground it from the battery and then this is just your signal wire. But apparently not. The 12.3 is a little particular on how you ground it. So I'm going to show you guys how I pretty much wired it and how to set it up, so that you guys get a reading for your fuel tank or your fuel cell, because it does work with the OEM GMT 800 style fuel cell sender units, because it's got the same 0 to 90 ohms as my fuel cell and a lot of these cheap old JEGS style or Summit style fuel cells. But as you guys can see, I have these wires temporarily ran right now. Whenever I could physically go underneath the truck, I'll actually make a real harness, because I want to go straight down and then probably come up somewhere. But for now it's just pinned into the actual harness for the 12.3 using these super seals from Holley. These are a little expensive, but they work really good. It makes a really good connection, and it's super easy to do. All you got to do is push the little pin to unlock the harness, and then you can push it in and then you lock it back up. So I'm not going to show you guys how to do that, but I will show you guys. Let me see, give me a second. This is my fuel pump, and you're gonna hear my icebox pump for a bit, so it's not too loud, but you'll hear it. Okay, so first and foremost, once you're pinned, so let me explain to you guys the wiring. For the wiring, this blue wire is into pin 21, which is input 7 for the Holley 12.3 Pro Dash, the back of the harness, again using the super seal terminals. And this black wire is in pin 26, which is the sensor ground. So again, I thought that you were supposed to ground the fuel cell sender unit to the battery, but no, the Holley doesn't like that. I've already tried it like that and it does not work. So you have to ground it to the sender ground on pin 26 to the Holley 12.3 for it to read. And again, this is on pin 21 for input 7. So once you have everything pinned in, what you want to do is you go to menu. I've already done this. I'm just going to redo it again to show you guys. Let me move this a little out the way. Put it back here. So what you want to do is go to configurations, go to dash configurations, and you're going to look for your inputs. So you see your local IOs. So you go to input 7. I already labeled mine fuel level, but it normally says IO 7 and it's disabled. So what you want to do is you can either do custom ohms if your fuel cell or your fuel tank comes with a sender unit that the range is different from 0 to 90 ohms, or if you're using something like me that has a 0 to 90 ohms or the GMT 800 like OEM fuel tanks, you could just click a fuel gauge 90R, and then all you do, so you see that, is click OK. After that, click OK. But for you guys that don't have that, let me show you guys how to do your configurations. But this, you would have to pretty much adjust the values according to whatever yours is. So what you want to do is go to custom ohms, you go to settings, and it's going to show this graph right here. So 0 ohms equals 0 in value, so it means it's empty. And then mine is the max is a 90 ohm sensor. So I put 90. So it says 90 to 0. And then after that, what you want to do is click linear to X. And now it pretty much adjusted it. So it tells me like if it's sending this much ohms, this is the value that it has, like the fuel cell. So if it's got 90 ohms, the fuel cell is 100% full, you know. And then after that, after you adjust the ohms to whatever your parameters are, you want to save it. After you save it, you click OK, and then sorry about that. After that, you go back to your dashboard, or sorry, you can go back to customize, click OK, and for now I'm just gonna add a gauge. Nothing fancy, I'm not gonna really do anything crazy. And you wanna go down to your local inputs. After you're in your local inputs, you should see it fuel level or input IO7 if you didn't relabel it, whatever you labeled it as. And then you click OK. We're gonna use an analog, like I said, nothing crazy. We're gonna move it a little just so you guys could see it. This, like again, like I said, this is just for the video to show you guys how to make this work. And the only thing I am gonna do is change the segments, because this bothers me. We're gonna change it to 4. Click OK, and then for your warning lights, you can enable low, and then we can enable it at around 18. And then right here, let's do 10. So we'll click OK. So now you see it right there. We'll click OK. And then what you want to do is click save. So right now it says 100. Obviously it's not reading because our ground is disconnected. Again, this goes to pin 26 on the 12.3 Pro Dash. Use those super seal terminals, guys. And then let me connect this. So as you guys can see, it's at 7, and that's pretty much where I'm at on the fuel cell. It is pretty empty, I'm not gonna lie. I need to put some E85 in there, but let me just twist this on real quick and then I'll show you guys. So as you guys can see, it's at 7. Everything's connected and it goes straight to the sender unit. So that's pretty much how you wire your fuel cell sender unit to the 12.3, so you guys can actually get a gauge reading and you know how much fuel you actually have. And I have confirmed that it does work. The floater, we've moved it manually with a little piece of wire. I had my kid do it, and it does move the gauge. So like I said, I've confirmed it works. 7 sounds correct with the amount of fuel I have in there. You guys can see those are the little wires that we use to move the sender unit, and that's pretty much how you do it. Again, pin 26 sensor ground, and then this one's on pin 21 input 7, or you could use anything with the custom ohms. But pin 21 input 7 makes it easy because it's already got the parameters set up for if you choose the fuel gauge 90 if you're running 90 ohm sender unit. But that's pretty much how you do it. Maybe next I'll show you guys how to wire the icebox. If any of you guys are running an icebox, if you guys could see, I have a little harness down there, and I have my pump down there. So I'll show you guys maybe how to wire it to this next. But that's it for now, guys.